Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
A hungry mouth lurks around every doorway. Is that not hot enough for you? Yeah. Alright. It's a little bit of overreach, but you got the idea.
See one back there.
Yeah, but that one really doesn't need food.
There's the other one right there behind the leaf.
Yeah, that's the one of the males, and he has never been the best feeder. See, he's
Strike and then run away.
yes. I'll bite it. I am interested in biting it, but I don't know if I'll eat it. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you toad. Oh, see, now that other one is winding up for the kill. I didn't want her to hit him because he smells like mouse.
You have such pretty eyelashes.
Hello. I thought you'd like that. I was going to go in there and get that pile of poop, but Miss Death Adder started caught alluring, and of course now that I have the camera running, she's not going to be so cooperative, are you? Now, have to be very careful with her because she, when there's, and she's in food mode, she can be a real long distance flyer and reach out and touch you. So this is a very dangerous thing I have to sort of do. So maybe we'll switch from forceps to pooper scooper because it's a little bit easier to use at long distance. Are you going to caught a lure? Huh? No? So we'll invert this, yes. Let's see if we can see, the forceps would have been good with this pile because it's all stuck together. Yes, that's the stick. It doesn't look like food. You ate yesterday also, if I remember correctly. Well, I'm so sorry I'm disturbing you, but cleanup crew has to work. There we go. It's like, oh darn, I thought it was food. She usually goes around to the back end of the rat. So she's going to either go left and around to the back of the rat or around the other side. Probably this way this time. Oh, she see? You never predict the snake. Are you gonna do a happy death on her? You are? Good girl. Is that tasty, huh? That's a nice one. You know, I try to keep their weight downs by portion control, but they get really pissed off at me along the way, and I've given her some small stuff over the past few weeks, and this one's a pretty good sized one, so she's doing happy death at her. There you go. See? She's, you know, she's nice and filled out and stuff. Hopefully there's no babies in there. She hasn't been with the males since last year. So hopefully she doesn't have any saved up in the previous. Was that her first litter? What do you think? I have to check the records. I don't think that was not her first litter. So she's never produced in the year off that I give my animals. I don't breed them to death like so many other breeders do. My animals get a rest so they don't get all burnt out and you know, have medical issues. So I don't expect her to produce. I certainly don't want her to reproduce this year. I want her to have a year of rest. Okay, tonight we're moving Mr. Young Male Puff Adder with all of his bravado to another cage, which I'm sure he's going to like because I need to replace the lights on this cage. Hi girlie, hi sweetie, how you doing? And you know, puff adders are just never really friendly with snakes. Especially males. So he really isn't going to enjoy being disturbed, but we're going to do that anyway. So I have 2 hooks just in case because puff adders seldom like to be hooked. Huh? And if I recall, the last time that he was out, he was definitely a handful. Puff adders are very much a handful. So let's slowly take him over. Notice I'm keeping him low to the ground because he just ate and I don't want him to hit the ground too hard and rupture his gut because he's being a penis head.
Oh, well, he was very nice behaved for a puff adder.
Well, he's cocked and ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
He's a beauty, though.
He really is.
You haven't seen him on film too much because he had no light in his cage for a while, and he's generally pretty foul. So,
In other words, a typical puff adder.
so we'll let him become acquainted with his new home. The deadly ambush predator, the death adder, with its highly advanced hiding techniques, it attaches sticks to the top of its head, fooling the lowly lizard as it cruises by. Hi! Now look, back off because you're going to hurt your head there. Come on. Come on, if you do anything from that position, you're going to catch your head on that, and we don't want any injuries. Come on, over here. Come on.
There started, she started moving.
Come on, this way. Come on. Over here. Alright, that's better. Come on. I'm not going to make it too easy. She always does happy death at her. Don't you? Yeah, you're a good girl. You always do the happy death at her. I saw her father and told her that he was going to become a granddad. I saw him at the biology of pit vipers. Yeah, you know that there's food available now. Oh, rare miss. Now what is that supposed to mean? You don't trust me? Go get your own rat. Got yourself all tangled up there, didn't you?
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Okay, be an ant spider today, see if I care. Alright. It will slurp it down.
Or not?
Oh, it will. Okay, I'm going to shut this for let it do its thing. Now, a not so temperamental feeder. This should be interesting because it's really hungry. I just came back from a 10-day trip, so it's at least 11 days since this polylepis has fed. Easy. Let's behave ourselves. Over here. There you go. Now, on the plane ride back today, I read a couple of very interesting papers. Our friends at BioClone made sort of a Pan-African FAB2 antivenin, just like their antiviperin, which was very, very effective. Matter of fact, it's the choice of all the professionals across the country for envenomations by North American pit vipers, and as well as Central American and some South American. Any rate, they made a Pan-African antivenin. It's made from venoms of all the common bitey sort of African viperids. Gaboon, puff adder, has venom from 3 species of echis in it, which are a real problem to people in Africa. And then they have several lapid venoms, spitters, 3 species of Mamba, and such. And the amazing thing is, the clinical trials in Africa, when testing the efficacy of the antivenin for treatment of elapid bites, didn't do well. It failed essentially. Even in high doses, it did not protect people envenomated uh, from the most impressive, most of the people died from polylepis bite, black mambas. People who got bit by Dendroaspis viridis, or the western mamba, those people were essentially cured. There were no fatalities from bites from those, but it didn't do so well against cobra and black mamba. But you know, interestingly enough, stop citing me in and eat that. Interestingly enough, you know, potentially, you know, you always hear, all right, I'm going to shut the door just so you do your thing, and I can, yeah, well, I knew you were going to do that. Interestingly enough, you know, everybody says, well, okay, you get bit by mamba, you're dead in 15 minutes. And in some cases, that's probably true, but all those cases in this, it had 300 bite reports, you know, that were used for this study. Some of the people were, you know, several hours or even, you know, 24 hours before they got to the hospital. So it does, you know, it can kill quickly, but not necessarily. So, yes, it's a badass snake. I don't, you know, I wouldn't want to take a bite from it, although I would take a bite from it over one of the gaboons. But it's, you know, with the right antivenin, you know, chances are that you can come out of it okay. So right now, still, South African polyvalent is the antivenin of choice.
Ooh, he's a butt biter.
Yeah. Okay there, Miss Mamba. Over here. Come on. Right there. Come on. There you go. Excuse me. Polylepis, its last one. Here. Come on. There you go. Go restock. Hey. Here. Come on. Inside. No, I'm not poking you for the fight. Jeez. Well, you're a pretty little creature. Foul as the day is long. I'm going to give you one final opportunity to eat that. But I knew that would be your answer. Bite and spit it out. Huh? You're just tenderizing it because you're going to eat it one way or the other tonight. Yep. Okay. Enough games. I don't have a lot of time to play with you. Yeah, bite. Bite, bite, bite. That's what they do best. Yeah, I did something really dumb one time with one of these babies I was force feeding. It had bitten a mouse several times, a pinky just like this, and was really being, you know, difficult in it. And I was going to put my finger down on its head to pin it to reposition my hands. And when it saw the finger coming down on the head, and it death rolled right over and had one fang pointing straight up right into my finger. Fortunately, it was a dry bite because it had expended so much venom. But what did I feel really dumb? That was like perfect setup for the little bastard. Come on. Well, you didn't want to eat. You have to get something in your gullet because I'm going to be away and I can't play games with you for the next 10 days. Oh yeah, perforated its abdomen and made it ooze. Ah, look at it trying to death roll and hook me. Ha ha ha. Here, wipe your mouth. There you go. There you go. Okay, 1 in the gullet. Let's go for 2 since we're already here. And the gullet is all lubricated. Remember folks, pinkies are 89% water, therefore you have to get at least more than 1 in there to make sure that you've got enough to make it worthwhile and to offset the energy a little blighter is spending. Pretty snakes, very beautiful snakes, amongst the prettiest in the Trimosaurus group, or Cryptolytrops, which is the other genus that it recently got put into, and now it's back in the so-called junk genus Trimosaurus. It's sort of the catch-all. You know, depending on the day of the week, that changes. So let me go put her back, and let me bring back the crate, which is next up, which is far more dangerous. Can you switch that off in the Clorox and regular water, please?
Will do.